Want to shout out to the VIP. This is London. Welcome to the Crypto Kingdom and Bitcoin Spike. We're going to get into the details and a little bit of a stream here for the VIP members and all of our base campers. We want to welcome you. Hope you had a good weekend. We kind of laid off Bitcoin for a bit in terms of the technicals. We'll go through some of the details. We so nailed this top move, guys. In terms of that top move, we so just absolutely called that out. It was a great call in terms of the station for the VIP, for the base campers. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe please and turn on notifications. You will get the next hopeful let's say a great call. A lot of it is you guys. We do a lot of work here and we try and stay accurate. We try and stay technically sound, right, in terms of the details, how they work out, the odds, the favor, the probabilities, etc. Guys, a lot of times that's just the market. If we eliminate all the uncertainty, there's no risk, and then it's not really a market. So we look forward to getting those bang on calls. Just very nice to those of you who participated, maybe hit a short in this area. Very nice. I've been waiting to stream or to put a video together. If you guys hit the like button, let me know also that you are here. I'd appreciate that. In terms of maybe a comment would be good. I've been waiting to do a stream or to do a video because I've wanted something to kind of pick up beyond where it was at, and it just hasn't been indicated. It's been a couple days now, and I was literally just let's just measure out literally, at least the last day here. And I was just like, well, it's been 2 days and 6 hours at the Golden Pocket. I'm like, it's not really wanting to pick up and go. So I've been close to cutting a video, just so you guys know I'm not leaving you out, anything like that. If I saw anything technically indicated, I was going to bring it to you. But while we were just kind of dancing along this 61.8 to 65th percent in the way of an update. Current price, almost at 68,000. Sorry, I'm used to looking at that top price, 69. 38,400. Unfortunately, at 38,000, almost 68,000. Would that be nice? A return to function if we were to look at the return to sequence. That's what people are currently asking themselves right now as they look at Bitcoin. You guys know this. It's like, could we please just have a nice channel formation here where we're looking at some high probability of success doing something just like that? Would be great with us, wouldn't it? As we look at the overall, I'd say the overall landscape of the market, etc. In terms of the world, geopolitics, warfare, etc., a lot going on to be just kind of demanding of our investments, right? Those who were involved in, let me get rid of that brush. Those who were involved in oil and gas did well. I discussed that with quite a few people last year, just a couple people last year in terms of that specific kind of move that oil made. That's fantastic. If you guys are involved in the industry or there and around it, my family has a big history in oil and gas. So hope you guys are doing well with oil and gas. In terms of this on the daily, we just have a really important threshold to kind of maintain. The reason I wanted to come live now is to essentially express on the daily. Now, we may have some volatility below this level, okay, but in terms of that line of support, we would really like to maintain that specified level that we're looking at in terms of that line of support. Okay, this specific line is crucial to the patterning right now. I cannot say that enough, guys. This specific line is crucial. Now, this is on the daily. Okay, we may have some express volatility below this line without a doubt. No torque, brother. What's going on? Nice to see you here. Let me see phone running for the view. What do you got? Let's go. Yeah, go. Watching periodically as I'm watching a movie, but I'll leave the phone running for the view. Nice. I like that. Nice. Nice to see you. Let me put this down for no torque. I was wondering where you had gone as I was reviewing some old streams. It's nice to see you, Torque. Let me just throw that in there for no torque. He's been in and out, and he's watching a movie, so that's nice to see. He'll pay attention to the visuals, and he knows exactly. I'm sure he can see the voice or hear the voice just going along with the technical. So in terms of that, he's been around for a while, so nice to see no torque in the house. Appreciate you shouting out. Thanks, no torque. As we would look at the essential formation here, guys, this ascending triangle, it's got some big implications. You guys know who have been trading. You know we got some big implications from this specific pattern that's on the map right now. To hold it, it's just about at the level that you could tell anyone who hasn't traded Bitcoin in a while, really pay attention over the next several days to a week. You may have an opportunity to make some money in Bitcoin. It's that type of a pattern, guys. In terms of the nature of this, it is a really strong pattern. So I've thought of that, and you guys know, not financial advice, etc. But I am a former financial professional. You guys have a lot of finance in your background, etc. This is the type of pattern, as we would look at it on the daily, that almost begs the question that we would say, yeah, if you haven't traded Bitcoin, you need to kind of pay attention, right? Because it is, that old axiom that we go by, which is buy at support, sell at resistance, right? Trade your patterns. This is one of the best patterns to trade. It has some implications, though, guys. It has some implications in terms of what we just saw on the micro here. And we go in from the daily and current price, just to rewind, 38,429. As we go into the daily, from the daily into the 30-minute time frame, seeing the return to function. Let me get rid of that macro just so we can all review where we're at, and then we'll catch up with the latest technicals in terms of this kind of a triple hit into that golden pocket, which we did identify beforehand. So I'm glad that that specific level has worked out well. Let's look at this specific the implications of where we're at, and just to cover this specific ascending triangle with kind of the warning. Return to function. Return to at least. I'll say, guys. And I don't like to sound overly bearish, but you guys know the way that these work, right? When you trade Bitcoin, it's like, well, it likes to project up and above, and then it likes to return to prior resistance at least. And you guys know that happened once. Boom. Okay. This has happened twice. And as you look at the candle wicks to the lines, you'll see a little bit of differentiation, but you'll see once return. Second time, return. And when you're up here, nobody wants to think about returning. You just don't. You get into formations, you get into patterns, you become indestructible. You guys know that. And it's just, you can't even see it going down there. So that's why this time I literally just laid it out like, warning. We have a warning for VIP, right? I want to shout out to Angel. Hope he is doing well. Brother, hope you are having a good time with family, etc. It's the weekend, so hopefully all that is getting done up the way it needs to be done up right for the weekend. We got a long, let's say a long and good week ahead of us. It's a lot going on in the world right now, guys. You know that, but there's a lot of I'd say tumult and shifting, etc. Not only in the world of finance, crypto, with a lot of things going on right now is what I will say. There are a lot of things going on. Maybe behind closed doors, there may be a few more things going on than we might be being told about. That would be my anticipation. Behind closed doors right now, there's a few more things going on that could affect us. So I would pay attention to the technicals very much so. Okay. Now, in terms of this. We have the micro. Just to reframe where we're at, if you guys didn't catch the previous stream, we'll kind of update here just a bit. We have those two micro elements, okay, with a return to at least that preceding top level of resistance, that top of that triangulation. Bullish features. Look at that price action. Bam, bam. If you just traded the triangulations, nice moves. If you didn't catch our lower target, right, 17%. This specific one, let's say 14%. That's money in the bank. That's nice, guys. That's a nice. Those are nice pattern formations to trade. As we look at expanding this, we will just discuss the obvious, right? In terms of what we're hoping for a completion, it is pushing the traders right now. As you guys know this, as we start to review a little bit, I just want to review, not to go bearish, not to do anything, but we start to review. We start to look at, some of the prior price action in around 2017, 18, 19, 20, right? Some of the formations that were in play, et cetera. And I don't have those doctored up right now. I think those are hidden. We can review those. But as you would start to think of, and I'm not real big on projecting necessarily the price action where things will go without the big caveat, VIP are always ready to double or triple down, cover their current position, right? But as you would look at this, in terms of this, assume we can hold this, and assume we get up into, something along these lines, it becomes a little bit interesting, doesn't it? Instead of just the standard rebound play that we would like to see in the market, it's not necessarily just this. And I started off with, you guys know, the projection here that we would really like to see just a return up to, and just a slip of the tongue, the 68,000, right? Something along those lines. We'd like to see this play out quite well in terms of, and I'm really hesitant to do this stuff, right, in terms of just drawing a projection, but this is what we'd like to see, at least up through there, right? So looking at the projected framework, it does make some sense to at least lay out what we are looking at in terms of the micro, okay, the micro patterning currently ongoing, okay, and its implications this return to, this return to, right? Because we would look at the both the pattern features with a return to function to the prior resistance, top line, prior resistance. You guys got that, huh? And just structured over to the daily or to the macro patterning feature that we're currently trying to maintain support along. Now, the first, let's say the first order of business, right? We would say buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets, right? Targets are underneath. We got that, right? We had the low target here, 50% retracement from the all-time high. You guys know that's a 50% discount, a 50% discount from the all-time high. Okay, I have that marked in blue. You guys understand your Fibonacci tool, right? Your Fibonacci tool, real simple. For a lot of you, it's too simple, but we'll still go over it. And let me make sure I don't have the extensions on. Let's get into the retracement. There we go. Just real easy stuff. You guys will know the 50% retracement on this specific chart because it's the 34,500, okay, lined out in blue. Okay, we have another level, an interesting level that I don't want to just gloss over. It's a very importantly structured line of support to prior resistance cross trend line, okay? As you look at, let me get into this. 1 second. Let me have a sip of coffee. 2 seconds. All right. Now, in terms of level of support, right, October 2020, $10,000 Bitcoin. This was July 21st when we took off here from just under $30,000. Support to, it's the red line feature that you can probably just see. I lightened that up a little bit in the background. Want you guys to definitely look at this on a big screen TV, period. Make sure your technicals are clearly visible at all times. Just make sure your technicals are visible. That specific line, the red, okay, is weighing on the decisions right now. I'm not bringing it up for just casual discussion. I'm bringing it up because it's weighing into the framework right now of what the traders are looking at. Okay, from the support reconfirmed just now as resistance. If you look at this cross trend line now, just now as a line of resistance, just direct on hit. Let me do that. Just direct on hit in this area. Okay, we are presented with the issue, the complication that we would be measuring the amplitude and the breakout to the upside, up and through this level. So not only up and through that prior support, which has been reconfirmed as resistance on the weekly, I'll state this, on the weekly, it's notable because you haven't even pushed this line at all on the weekly. Do note that. On the weekly, you haven't even pushed that line at all. You've reconfirmed. You have a clear confirmation on the weekly. That's a big deal, okay? That line has been reinforced on the weekly. We've been discussing it heavily the entirety of the time. So as traders are looking at the opportunity to trade, it is just square in the context of, let's say this, within the framework of the last 430 days, okay, maintaining an equivalent price for the last 430 days with nothing but an opportunity to trade, right? We're towards, but towards the bottom end, okay? If we were to look at a swing trade or a range trade, we're towards the bottom, okay, of this channel formation, which is crucial to recognize that. But yeah, with 430 days, you've had nothing but the opportunity to trade. You're flat for 430 days. Now, looking at the overall story, we shout out to Angel, number one contributor. I have to say, invested in Bitcoin at $7.79. So this story to him is he has seen it do this. He has traded, this periodic interval here, and many, many more, wherein he saw a capitulation of price down to, let's say, 80, 90%, nearly 100%, like 99% in the very beginning. So that it has been sideways with great opportunities to trade is good news for us. As we look at the opportunity to trade here, it's a little bit complicated. I just want to reinforce that to you as we look at one of the strongest, and I don't want it to go without saying, maybe I'm going to spend a little bit of time on it, but I don't want it to go without saying that, yes, this is one of the strongest, most bullish patterns to be reinforced in the market, to trade in the market with a huge, and I spent maybe 5 minutes on it, right? 10 minutes to let you know, yes, with the huge exception that we're normally not trading it into a specific cross trend line that just got reinforced. Okay? So as you look at your exposure, saying, well, this one's going to carry the house, the farm, and the ranch, right? Which some of these can, guys. Some of these trades can. Period. If it's indicated, hey, you know my deal. Always heavy reserve capital. Maybe you've got 10 sets of each of those, right? Possible. The house, the farm, and the ranch. As you would look at this, though, from a trader perspective, you just have to understand that this is definitely weighing on the pickup here. Not just the breakout potential here. Well, we will deal with that here. No, it's the step 1, 2, maybe 3 beyond, as we would talk about. Maybe 1 is a breakout, 2 is through this line of prior support to resistance, right? And 3 would be, like a 3 there beyond would be something in line with our extensions, okay? Something with our Fibonacci extensions, getting up through those specific hurdles into a framework that will allow the maximization, let's say up to that target, let's say 54,200. So there's a lot in the framework that's going on right now in terms of the assessment by the traders. I would like to know what you guys are trading. That is of interest to me always as I look for good content, etc. It does help me. I know that Pathfinder in the back, I have to shout out to Pathfinder. He has just returned recently to VIP. He's probably hanging back and being like, okay, Linda, what are we going to do? He's looking for a 10x coin. Love the energy in the back. That's just awesome. That's VIP all the way. You can't argue with that. He's looking for 10x coins in the back on L-Bank, on anything. Just great input by Pathfinder. Luke's been in the back today. Nice. I have to comment to Luke. Nice call on this function here. What a just odd. We'll go through the details in terms of the 30-minute time frame right now where we're at in terms of the hit that we had discussed on the 61.8. You guys understand 61.8. I'll get rid of this triangulation for a moment, but I do want to reinforce that. Let's discuss this. Okay, that the step 1, 2, and 3 beyond the current pattern formation, the step 1, 2, and 3 beyond, meaning, okay, you could even say 1, we have to hold support. 2, we have to break out and potentially confirm. 3, we have to get over this the previous level of support already confirmed as resistance. And then 4, let's say we have to get up and above this 38.2, okay? Those are the types of analytics that are currently going on, guys, that are impacting the pickups at this level right here. You have to appreciate that the market is sophisticated enough that they're not just saying, okay, great, I'm at support, buy. Some are. For the sophisticated advanced traders, for the people who are in the market, for maybe professional reasons or beyond professional reasons, just kind of bragging rights, etc. They're used to beating the market. They're that good. Understand that 1, 2, 3, 4 analysis is ongoing. Definitely, and you could even increase this, but just understand it's not just, oh, we have an ascending triangle, let's go. No, guys, we have, and first of all, to get into this level of support, we have, yes, we're at the golden pocket. However, if you'll see this on the daily, okay, look at this on the daily. The 1 is split as well because you have on the daily nice line of support. Let's go to the 4 hourly. Now we see more of the puzzle on support. You see on the 4 hourly we have more in terms of always, guys. We always have more in terms of the specifics, the details of the price action. The price went here on the lower time frames, like the 4 hourly. It went there on the daily as well. Okay, you see it lined out here because it spent enough time on the 4 hourly chart to register a pivot there. On the daily, if we'll flip back over to the daily, on the daily it went there, it just didn't spend enough time there to catch a pivot, boom. And then, do you understand that? And then on the daily it still went to this level. However, it did not spend enough time here to where the daily pivot, boom, was right there to express that bottom level of support where it went on the lower time frames, where it did express that pivot on the lower time frames, right? Instead, it did something like this. On the daily, it went down to here during the time period of the day. Then it decided to retrace, and boom, for the daily, on the daily chart, it pivoted right there. Okay, so that is an important we know this, but we have to discuss this. There's a variable level of support along the bottom. And maybe a little bit more of an intro kind of, approach to issues that we've covered, just trying to talk about them in a little bit of a different light. Okay, just fair enough, huh? And I'm just discussing all of the factors that go into, because like what I tell someone, just to launch into it right now. It's good to have a position. We always say that. But in terms of trading and a standardized pickup here, you're on the golden pocket. It's never bad to have exposure to golden pocket and buy that. We'll say this, guys. We'll say on the golden pocket, we've measured from the candle wick to the candle wick, low to high. And we're just hammering. We hammered along this for the last 2 days, guys, around the 61.8 to the 65th. Just solid framework. In terms of that being a target, sure, it's a target. There's another target below where orders are waiting. I know that, 786. Orders are waiting at this 86. Orders are waiting at the full completion, which is in line with that 50% retracement, essentially that 50% discount. Okay? When I say that full retracement, I mean from the low to the high expressed on the candle wicks. That's the entirety of the price action. The line will not catch all of the price action. Okay? The price line will cut short. The candle wick will show you exactly what it went up to. Okay? And the candle wick should be the same height on the different time frames. So nothing will be hidden on the candle wicks if you're drawing to the wicks, okay? So that's what we've used our targeting tool, okay, that has demonstrated this level of a hit in the 61.8 to the 65th. That means the entirety of this move from the low to the high, 61.8 to 65% has been given back. There's a 65% discount of this move, right? We know this. 78.6, 86, and then the full completion. 100% of the move has been given back. Those are the remaining targets in this zone. 1, 2, 3 targets that we have, okay, in this zone. Let me go ahead and line this out. We have 1. All right. We have 2. All right. And we have 3, all right, in this zone. We can talk about divergences on different time frames, and then we can re-explain them and how they didn't work on the other time frames all day long. 2022 has not been a good time to focus on divergences and putting money in the market, nor breakouts for the most part, unless you're at an extremely strong level of support like the 50%. It's been better for those who have wanted to compound down at lower levels and gain a heavier interest. We've seen more volatility at the lower levels. That's what we would expect. People entering into heavier positions with more of a discount, attracting more buyer attention. And again, Bitcoin is used to doing this, guys. Bitcoin is no stranger to this at all. We'll hopefully have a chance to talk to Angel at some point. Maybe he's with family, etc. In terms of this, just look at the volatility, guys. It's part of what makes Bitcoin Bitcoin. A lot of institutional adoption going on right now. A lot of different things in the works with Bitcoin. Exciting stuff. Excited to be in the space. We appreciate you guys having us and being members of Basecamp and VIP. VIP is our top level of membership. You belong if you want to beat the market. I'll tell you that. We focus on really upping everybody's game in the back. We have our rooms in the back. We use Twitter. They have enterprise level of security. All right. And we're always going through, like, for instance, chart on Ethereum, just expressing, going through different, chit-chatting, catching up, going through different indicators, going through what's going on with the market at all times. I did a review yesterday of probably 15 coins, and I went through all 15 coins and just told VIP, here you go. Like, this is kind of where we're at on those 15 coins. Always trying to keep them ahead of the pack, and it's nice when they're part of the pack. It's a big deal. I appreciate you guys interacting. It means a lot. Interacting about the market. It's nice. So we have 1, 2, and 3 below. All right, 3 targets below. And the extent to which, and Pathfinder's been talking a lot in the back, is like, can we hit the golden pocket on Bitcoin? Everyone would love to. Everyone would love to hit the golden pocket. That's 61.8 on the macro, 60% discount, essentially a 60% discount from the all-time high. Yeah, we'd love to hit that. The extent to which we hit that, or we hit the 1, 2, or 3, is part of the dynamic of uncertainty, which is going to be required to exist in the market. It is the equivalent of risk. If you don't have any uncertainty, you don't have any risk. It's an easy game at that point, isn't it? That's the idea, is to eliminate that risk as much as we can, to eliminate that uncertainty. How do we do it? We'll talk about it. Okay, to the extent, a little bit of coffee, to the extent that that we're, and I say this all the time, please take this with just a grain of salt, not financial advice, but understand that when we talk about making money in the market, you should be able to make money in the market, guys. I'm going to tell you, you should be able to make money in the market. It's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. Look, for instance, let's look at the Moscow chart. You guys want to see the Moscow market? Look at this, guys. This is the Moscow Exchange. Okay, the Moscow Exchange. Let's go to the weekly on this. We're covering Fibonacci's today, right? Now, they've ceased, they've had problems, et cetera, whatever they've decided to do is fine. But the big tumult, the big pour down, the big problem, right, that occurred, whatever that was, what did it slam down to? Measured from 0 to its all-time high. Okay? Slam down, bam, guys. Can it get any more perfect than this? Look at the golden pocket. 61.8. Okay? Golden pocket, 61.8 to the 65th percent retracement on the entirety. Anyone who had orders waiting, this is the deal you saw in the news. Everything's bad, everything's down, everything's off. Oh, it's gone. Anyone who had orders waiting at the 65th could have booked a trade for 30%. So in terms of just looking at something like the Moscow, looking at its conformance with the overall technicals, yeah, this has been around for a while. Yes, there's a reason we focus on the level of TA that we do. Our guide, just so you know, and I want you all to know this, is let's do NYIF, New York Institute of Finance. Don't have to go to school, guys. You don't have to go to school, okay? It's not the idea. Where Wall Street goes to school, okay? You don't have to go to school. But their publications are crucial. It's where Wall Street goes to school. Founded by the New York Stock Exchange, New York Institute of Finance, founded by the New York Stock Exchange, valued at over $30 trillion. That's a decent amount, guys. $30 trillion. They know price action since 1922. The New York Institute of Finance has existed, so we use materials that have been published by them. Have for a long time. It's not a Google idea. It's not a professor such and such. It's from the source of price action, arguably, and that's to be debated. But a lot of these things have been studied on a very, very high level because they involve a lot of money. At $30 trillion, it involves a lot of money, their money, traders' money, etc. So we pay attention to them specifically. John J. Murphy. Okay? Want to make sure that you guys, anyone who may be new, John J. Murphy. Okay? Technical analysis of the financial markets. I'm writing that in the comments section so that if anyone needs that, they can purchase that book, and you should be able to get that on Amazon. It's a great book, outlines all of the patterns, talks about when the Federal Reserve may have been involved in a study with a head and shoulders, or it'll talk about the basics, the nuts and bolts, the way that you need to implement them. I'm just going to say that. If you study it and you decide otherwise, or you think there's some other better source out there, you tell me, because I have introduced countless people to it, and not one person has told me that. Not one, guys. I deal with a lot of traders, just a ton. So that speaks volumes right there. It is the book on the shelf of the Wall Street traders. Okay? And you say, well, that's not crypto. Well, guys, they cover crypto. Okay, so they talk about crypto in their series, and they're they're dealing with crypto. How if you guys get involved with their classes, etc. Not necessary, but just so you know. Okay, so the book is not crypto specific, FYI. So let's look at the notion I'm getting into in terms of the certainty, the level of certainty or uncertainty. Right, this 1, 2, or 3. We like to discuss essentially a compound down approach. VIP just do that. We often like draw a triangle, in terms of levels of exposure. Having an increased level of exposure, not only here on the micro to capture the possibility that we could take off from this level, the golden pocket is a great level to have some exposure at, right? Without more of a pattern, it's just a target, and there are targets below. Okay, so we talk about buy it support, sell it resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. Without a pattern, it's just another target. We got more targets below. The market has more targets below. So the chance that it wants to go up, okay, that's the chance. But there are still targets down here. Will it achieve, like it just did, these lower levels, the 78.6, the 86, the full retracement? Yeah, we'd like it to. The bulls would like it to. More volatility. Another 30% move would be nice. It's given us, 2 over the preceding 45 days. So in addition to this specific approach, wherein you would not just, some people may dollar cost average. You do the math. I like to cover an upside position. That's not always just twice the amount. I like to entirely cover the upside position with a heavier approach to the downside, like heavier compound down, okay? And it exists here, and that it also exists here. Now, you can play heavier to the extent that you want to play heavier. You can quit and say, well, I'm going to push all of this here. I'm going to do this. And I'll tell you what, London, when it breaks through here, I'm going to do a stop loss. And then I'm going to move the residual of this down to here. Okay. You just make sure between here and here that you're covered for all of the contingencies. So you can splice it, dice it. You can do a lot of different things in terms of what your approach is going to be. We just it's real simple, guys. Just buy it support, sell it resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. If you have a target underneath your current position, don't be fully exposed. Do not be fully exposed. We meet those people. We have problems with those people because they don't hang around us. I'll say that. We don't have problems with them. So, looking at a bit like this is an interesting angle for the advanced traders right now to look at. Let's look at this, guys. Okay. It just is. Right now, we are essentially at that golden pocket and at a cross trend line of a previous level of support to resistance. Okay. We're at that level of support here. I'd be prepared to scoot along this potentially. Don't be surprised if you push a bit this direction, okay? Just because of the support and resistance features there. And getting into the lower time frames, you can see it kind of relatively well expressed in terms of that. A bit of variation between the 4 hourly. I like to, if you guys want to hone in on that on the 4 hourly, okay? Just take a look at it on the 4 hourly. Then, looking at the framework that is put together, essentially, we're trying to formulate a wedge formation. All right. Yeah, essentially, we are formulating a wedge formation along this, and there's a falling wedge. Anticipation would be a bullish break to the upside, though 2 wedges here did not hold. Just so you know, we're coming off of 2 wedges that didn't hold. So anticipation is we'd like it to break to the upside. I was going to do a few videos and it just didn't want to break out. I was like, this is not going to break to the upside. So I really withheld doing any videos. We had a bull flag. I didn't feel comfortable doing a bull flag video. Just to let you guys know, I was going to do the bull flag. I did not feel comfortable doing it. All right. I was like, it doesn't have it. I mean, I'll point that out because it was a beautiful bull flag. I didn't do the video. Like, no. And that for me, because I love bull flags. You guys know me, I'm a bull. But I saw the bull flag right here, clear as day. Very nice bull flag, right? And I was like, nope. And sure enough, boom. And I'm like, maybe it wants to try. Maybe it wants to try. And then bam, it comes back down. So it's just been, Bitcoin's been a little bit touchy recently. Okay, so it was this level here. Then it was a potential breakout, one or two potential breakouts, including the bull flag, which was a nice pattern play. But I just chose to kind of hold back on pushing that to you because I didn't want you guys to get skunked on the bull flag. Just didn't, I don't know. It just had been, it's been a little, as I talk about the two falling wedges on the top that have failed, right, that have failed and failed. And we can line those out in terms of where they have been, if you'd like to, briefly. Okay, we can discuss this. Falling wedge has failed. It did recoup. It recouped on the actual candle wicks. We did achieve a recoupment, barely. Depending on the time frame, it's a little bit clearer that you did. This is the 5 minute. You can go to the 1 minute, etc., or the 30 minute. So that was one wedge that failed that set off the, we could talk about additional wedges through here, not acting as a reversal. Clearly, again, small breakout to the upside. And this is always the risk when you're dealing with a falling wedge. They're bullish. They're supposed to be continuation patterns. They're best expressed when they're a part of a beautiful run-up, strong patterning to the upside. Then you'll see one almost operate at times like a bull flag. For the curlovers, etc., they have a tendency to want to drown a bit on their own bullishness at times. Unfortunately, but we see them just barely kick up and out and decide to go in the same direction. So good for a little flash trade at times. Not always great for really a heavy, say market reversal. Not necessarily your reversal pattern, right? That's probably the best way to state that. Not necessarily a reversal, just a more or less a continuation pattern. They do operate quite frequently as continuation patterns. So as we would look at the standard procedures here, let's just look in terms of the specified. Falling wedge again. Let's go to the 5 minute. We would be able to determine here resistance, support. Again, we're coming off of those two up above, which really didn't operate well. It's like we're just determined to either test this golden pocket with targets below, or it's at a target right now. People are trading right now. They've been trading the last 2 days. Big time. It's not like the market's dried up. There are no trades. No, people are still trading right now. Actively, the market is trading heavily. Okay? It's just, are they those prime time trades that I get excited about, like this specific move here, where, all bets are off. We're hammering in, let's roll. Bull flag. Depending on the time frame, etc., you guys will be able to, re-watch videos, etc., but this was an exciting moment. We like that. Inverse head and shoulders as well, right? We don't have that going on yet. Market's still trading. Traders are trading. You guys know that. You're probably trading. It better be if you guys are, if we're wasting time on them. And we're not wasting time. Let me stop there so I know we're not wasting time, so you are trading. Shout out to Pathfinder. I know he's trading. Shout out to Luke. I know he's busy in the back as well. What's up, Luke? Nice, what was that? Get Hero coin. Whatever that was. Interesting. May feature that if you like it a lot. We'll look into it a little bit more. See what's going on with it. So we have another equivalent hit here on the golden pocket. But I do say that as well, like if you're and not to condescend at all, but just understand, in terms of the market, you should watch your trades. A lot of people spend a lot of time watching the market. You should be watching your trades. Okay, even if it's a small trade, watch your trades. Okay? Don't be watching the market. That's a waste of time, in my opinion. Watch your trades, even a small trade. Have some exposure, right? Watch your trades. Don't watch the market. The market can take care of itself. You'll learn when you start to trade, even a small amount. Pepper in. We say like pepper, salt and pepper. Just pepper in a little bit. Just watch it. Learn the pattern formations if you're new to trading, etc. If you need to start reviewing or get a little bit more in depth with where you're at. Maybe you want to start working on leverage more this year. Maybe you want to work more on whatever the case may be. Maybe it's a new 2022 and you're just kind of waiting. This is kind of one of the challenges. Kind of sounds like it. As we are waiting for, you can tell why I was a little hesitant maybe to like come out with a video, etc. Because we are either, I'll say this, on the daily. We had justification to come live because on the daily we're right at a line of support. So it made sense for us to come live, talk about a few things, right? To the extent that this on the 4-hourly, let's say that the price wants to come down and visit either this second or this third, right? It's going to get a little complicated if it visits the third, okay? Aside from like a triple bottom, but it's going to get a little more complicated, okay? If we come down to the second target, again on a big screen TV, please, you'll see this a lot better. The 86% of the Fibonacci's, okay? Again, that low to high targeting. In terms of the specified target number 3 here, 2 is the 86. No problem. We come down to 2, we're in line with the line of support on the 4-hourly. 3, we start to push a little bit. Anything down into here beyond that 50% retracement, we don't want to go flat with the preceding zone. We want buyers to step in above. We want to maintain this slope. So on the daily right now, we're at this level where we're trying to, on the daily, and again, you understand the lower time frames, how they fit in, but you can still target below. Crucial to understand these things. Just, we know them, but crucial to review them as well. That's why we have a good trade group. That's why we have VIP number 1, guys. 2022 VIP is going to do some great stuff. I'm excited to see it. We are going to build. We are building in 2022. Looking for fresh faces and fresh traders. You guys are trading. You let us know. We had a phenomenal 2021. Angel and I had some great success with targeting Luna, for instance. Really, really great. My target on Luna was $4.60. $4.60. And it took Angel, iron-handed Angel, to go in and slam into it and hit it. Bam. So he had a good entry on Luna. Had some good trades in 2021. Looking forward to maybe some good trades in 2022. We can do it, brother. So looking at, you know this, huh? In terms of this, we have 1, 2, 3. 3 could get us in a little trouble. But on the daily, on the golden pocket, I think it's worth talking about the fact, well, we come live. It's a good reason to discuss. Buyers may just not let this go. Bam. So, yeah, it's probably a good time to have some exposure in Bitcoin. If you don't have any exposure in Bitcoin, like, have some exposure in Bitcoin. It's not like, deciding to put $14 million into it now. Half my life savings now. No, you don't need to do that, guys. Just get some exposure to it. Watch the patterns. Watch what it's doing. If you're brand new to Bitcoin, just learn what it has to teach you. Learn what we can teach you. Learn what, let's say New York Institute of Finance can teach you. You may have your own set of tools that you use. We'd love to hear what those are. We're not closed off like that. We just have our preference. Comes from years of my own personal contact with individuals. Okay, I'm a former financial professional. You guys know all that good stuff. I was like 23 years old. I was a lead analyst on a $1 billion equity fund across the table from Harvard Foundation, doing their return calculations for the deal, for the investment deal. So I got very accustomed at a very young age to being highly accurate for big dollars and cents, big deals, big money. I'm very comfortable doing that. That's what I like to do. So, and I like to trade more than I like to do that. but one is involved in the other. So I'm not used to having people on the other side of the table tell me they disagree with me. Because normally what I put together is very agreeable because it's most of the time accurate, at least within the threshold of strategy, etc. Right? And I tell you to do your own calculations. If it involves a couple bucks or $1 billion in terms of what's your threshold that you want to cover an upside position with. I always say do your own calculations. And people who don't want to do calculations or cover an upside position, this is the wrong place for you. I just promise you. The first time I talked to Angel in the background, he had his little calculator going. I knew we were going to get along, period, from that moment on, there on, no matter whatever happened. I know for a fact he and I are just destined to meet. He had a calculator out in the background. So, just the truth. So I knew from get-go, like, yep, that's my guy. He's cool. It's going to work. So, and we appreciate all of his support. I guess he's not here. I think he had to take off early last night. He's probably busy for the weekend. When he's busy, he's busy. Just I'm not going to miss out on some important things in the market. That's part of why we are here for all of you. And him, Bitcoin flat. Let's see. Man, Dot, huh? Dot is just having a tank roll of a time, isn't it? Really, really down and out. Dot is acting like a chain link or a V-chain or something else that doesn't remember how to go up much. It is not in that same league. I just bring it up because it had a lot of express price action to the upside. And its upside potential target is huge if it can get going. Caveat, if it can get going soon. It likes to drag along. It's no stranger to dragging along. Okay? But I have some targets I've delivered to Angel, etc. It'd be nice to see it get up. It'd be nice to get it up to, above where it's at. It's like someone's stalling Dot. Maybe it's Angel. Who knows? Who knows? What's Luna doing? Luna. Will it pattern now? That's the question on Luna. I provided some upside extensions. Great places to increase one's, let's say, an insurance trade, maybe a short, to cover any exposure, like maybe a 20% drop or so. Luna was nice because it really provided the traders with kind of an exact level of diagnostic here. As we would talk about this specific, let's take a look at Luna Terra. Big fans. As we would talk about this specific bull flag, Luna really did well. Look at this, guys. Look at what Luna did. Just within threshold, bam, boom. Just to the upside. If you measure this out just about perfectly there, just within, you got within, just, look at this, let's see, just a couple bucks of your topside target. In fact, let me see. You got right on it, guys. Bam. Previous flagpole measured to the top, 100% achieved technically in the market. That's beautiful. Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns. Right? It's on the hourly. Trade your patterns and hit your targets. Hit your targets on the downside, hit your targets on the upside. Let's take a look at what it's currently trying to do. A little bit of a slide indicated. Nothing like a good time for Luna just to surprise everybody. Not necessarily technically indicated as of right now. I'll go to a different time frame to see if we can clear it up on the. You got a little bit of a rough spill out from this attempt at a pennant at the top. You guys know that. We know the catch is a nice flag for a fallout of a pennant. This has just been a fallout of a pennant on the 4 hour that turns into a wedge. So as we were discussing wedges earlier, that 4-hourly is giving you an interesting indication as you're heading down to that 100 moving average here. And anytime you're looking at a 20% drop, and you start kind of calculating, all right, what'd I do wrong? Even if you had no cover, no exposure, no insurance, no anything, right? And if you're not one to double down or cover your overall position, etc., that would be one thing. You just want to, gang bust it and whatever you want to do. But you would just say at these levels of the extensions, particularly because you had a nice, you had a lot of volatility down here. Anyone on 5X got wiped out. All right, so 3X, you're okay. 3X on Luna kind of works. So we would look at the kind of flag formation here at the bottom. Was nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards the top. And you had a nice completion here of this flagpole. Boom. Go on the candle wicks. You'll see that. Very nicely done. Anyone who exited this, congratulations. Anyone who hit shorts, here in, along the way, congratulations. That's what it's all about, guys. Finding your spot, maxing your, I'll say your leverage if you want to, maxing your leverage in terms, or say in alignment with the timing. Bam. Move in, move out, boom, boom. Hit your targets. However, and wherever those may be. If they're technically oriented, if they're technically indicated, hit those targets. So Luna did get up to my level of extension provided to you guys, to VIP. You got up to that 786. There we go, 786. So that was the threshold thus far. And we know exactly what's going on now. Buy at support, sell at resistance. Trade your patterns, hit your targets. Bam. Right? And people may choose to scale in until they find another pattern. Just get some exposure. Make sure that you continue to watch it. If you successfully booked your trade, ideally, if you booked your trade, which would be ideal, okay? You would appreciate having some exposure to make sure that you're laser eye focused on Luna. If you like the price action of Luna, it's not bad. I say not bad. We had some incredible price action in 2021. A lot of different coins. Luna was not bad. Sheeb did very well. We're very familiar to Sheeb. Dogecoin did really well. Hey, Bitcoin did brilliantly well. What else did well? Sand did okay. Gala did well. Sol did well. XRP did not do well. Matic did extremely well. We traded Matic live. Matic. FTM did extremely well. Ethereum did well, huh? DOT did well 2021. BNB even did well. AXS did extraordinarily well. AVAX did well. Atom did well. And I can flip through these or not, guys. I don't have to flip through them, but ADA, the odd creature that it is, somehow did well. For me to say that is a lot. Congratulations to anyone who decided to trade Cardano. The strange creature that it is. I like that they're very positively oriented. They believe in good things for crypto. It's nice. So AXS did well. Atom did well. Atom has got the best chart in crypto right now, arguably. It's just very comfortable for traders to look at. Doesn't mean you're going to hold support. It just is very comfortable for traders to look at. You want to stare at a chart all day long and feel like you're looking at the right thing and involved in the right thing? Look at Atom. It's a ascending triangle like nobody's business. Confirmed on the lines and on the actual candle wicks. Hugely important that the wicks and the lines match up on the different time frames. Okay. Now, if you want to know what you're doing, or someone walk in the room and they see you on a computer with crypto, and you have this up, I'm like, oh, whoa, whoa. Some of this other stuff, they're gonna be like, wow, oof. Okay, you're going to trade that? They're going to be like, tell me what that is. Someone who knows what they're saying, they're going to say, tell me what that is. Not that it'll necessarily, it doesn't have to complete, but someone who knows TA is going to say, what's the name of that one? They're going to want to know immediately, guys. What's the name of that one? What's that right there you're looking at? They're going to want to go home and trade it. Some of this other stuff, like, oh man, that looks like Bitcoin. Whew. That's a chart there. Huh? Some of this other stuff, though, like, oh man, a little bit of a fallout. C98. Oh man, look, Dogecoin blues. Dot would be like, ooh, that's kind of like Bitcoin, huh? That's one of those altcoins, huh? It's gonna run again? They would ask. It's gonna run again? They want to know, huh? On dusk. So, huh? You see another run, huh? You see a pickup, huh? There's gonna be, you see another cycle going on here in dusk, huh? Elon, huh? Big run 2021. It's gonna pick up, huh? Buyers want to pick up, right? The market's gonna give you another cycle, huh? It's a nice move to the upside, huh? 2021, they need some price action, right? Ethereum, huh? You guys know we called that 4,352. I got it right this time. I always say 43,000. 4,300. I think I'm projecting. Maybe one day it'll be worth 43,000. I got it right this time. A little bit of worry here on Ethereum. Daily. You guys got this, right? You plugged in? On the daily, differentiated on the different time frames. On the daily, you're down and out of this symmetrical triangulation. We discussed that coil. You're down and out. You're saved on the lower time frames. Okay? You have more room on the lower time frames. Watch it. Big time. You got to watch that. That's a breakout on the daily. It can recover. But technically on the daily, you're still out. You hitched below, down, out, and below. You guys see that hitch? You're below that level of support. Huge potential deal, guys. And yes, I did call Ethereum before it has gone down 41%, really 50%. So that is good. Fifth wave completion on the specific monthly, right? Wasn't it? Simple stuff. Let's go through it. Just that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the monthly. I want to shout out to all the VIP, to all of you having a good weekend. I think Angel's busy with Eden Rain. Angel, if you're there, listen to this later on. Very cool videos. Appreciate those. They're awesome. I found Eden Rain a pony. I just did. I was driving by some kid's place or something else like that. I said, here you go. I found a pony. Where are you going to find a pony? It's pretty cool. So anyway, but he's like, they were off doing something. He and Nikki were having fun. Hopefully you guys had a good time with the family. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I mean all of you. Family time is important stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the monthly. Called this here on the purple line. So just standard stuff. Okay. So pay attention to ETH. Big deal. A breakdown, huh? The triangulation. Let's see what fourth is not much. Just going through some different things. See what else we got. Luna trying to rear its head back up. Yeah, and Luna's not done, It's not like over. It's just like time to be hitting a different target than the top. When that happens, you're like, dang it. I should have hit my target. The completion of the flagpole. Luna can try and burn you. It became pretty predictable down. After the initial run in here, it became one of the most predictable traded coins here. If you were paying attention to it, it was very difficult to not multiply your money by about 2 when you traded it. I played along this short here Where was it? I played this short here very briefly until it was clear that it did not want me to short it. Made up a very small amount of money and decided that Luna was not going to be done with that channel. Made a joke video that it wiped me out. It did not. Still booked a trade. You can still book a short. So looking forward to seeing how Luna wants to behave itself. Buy it, support, sell it, resistance, hit your targets, trade your patterns. See what BTC is doing. Yeah, Dot, man. Dot's got to pick up at some point. Just been the thing that wears on you is for 45 days. It's been in the zone for 45 days. So, I mean, it's good to trade. It's great to trade, but you know when it says sideways for multiple periods of time, like 45 days and 45 days, it's like 3 months. You know, so for like 3 months, you gotta, you know, that's 3 months. You gotta book some trades. It keeps the spirit going. It keeps you kicking, alive and kicking. Okay, keeps you in a good mood that you're making some money. I promise. BTC. Let's get back to it. You may say, "Oh no, London. I'm in a great mood when I'm not making money." Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sure. Go tell that to somebody who doesn't train traders. I train traders. That's part of what I do. Just crypto traders, NFA, etc. Just I enjoy doing it. Have enjoyed doing it for a while. That's not VIP. That's not anything else. That's just me personally on the side. That's what I do. I've done it for alpha. It's called alpha training. If you're interested in alpha training, DM me or reply to this first pinned tweet on my profile here. Say, I want to be alpha. You do that and say, I want to be alpha. And I will go through alpha training with you. Okay. It is not for the weak. You're not supposed to be in a good mood if you're not making money. That's the other thing. If you know, I still am in a good mood when I don't make money. If you tell me that, like, well, I don't know. You may be disqualified from alpha training. Unless you tell me why, and it's a real good reason. Right? Possible. You know, why? Oh, you just got married. Oh. Come back and talk to me in 2 weeks. Explain to her how the trading's going. So, look at these two failed. Specific. Let me get rid of this. These specific wedges, bam, to the downside. We're just seeing some additional patterning formation. You understand target 1, target 2, target 3. It ain't sexy, but it works, guys. It's not, what do you say? It's not with, and we'll just call this a, okay, let's say, I say normally like carry your alpha here. Alpha is the percentage by which you beat the market. That's the concept, alpha, okay? You carry your alpha, okay, here. Alpha may be like Angel, $7.79 Bitcoin. That's cool. And he's got this here, boom. He wants a big pattern. He wants something significant to trade into. It's like, well, maybe he'll hit some lower pattern, some lower targets, accumulate just to be involved with the price action, to become focused on what the market is presenting you, right? So a lot easier to stay involved with the price action if you're involved with the price action. We'd like to see this hold on the golden pocket. It's just essentially it's not fully prepared to be commented upon in terms of there being a lack of patterning ongoing. Support to resistance also indicated as a support line function. Cross trend line. And looking into the 1 hourly, we can start to dig back into that framework of the specific falling wedge. And we want to go to the candle wicks. I encourage you to go to candle wicks to really line this out. Just be prepared to operate in and around, above, and below that specific falling wedge. Real easy. Right now, it's just we need some more, either some more strength in the market. And I haven't come to you guys live with a video because we haven't had that strength. Okay, we had 1-2 different instances in here we could have. Didn't do it. It's just the market hadn't been there. Haven't come to you with anything live or anything in terms of a quick update video because we just need some patterning. We're just at that level of the golden pocket. So I may do a quick video here in a bit just to give everybody a, welcome to the new week. And for the record, we did want to stream because we're at this specific pickup level here, which we already went through. Okay, we already went through that pickup level here, and on the daily to be discussed, flat top resistance, ascending triangle needs to pick up on the daily. However, and we're right there at the line of support. However, on the different time frames, we've got all kinds of room below. So at least on the daily, it's worth discussing. To the extent that we operate towards this 1, 2, or 3 during the next day / number of days, just remind yourself, we're at the line of support. We're at the line of support. We're still allowing buyers to pick up along this level for the ascending triangle. That is the MO. That's the modus operandi. That is what we're going for in the next 12, 24 hours, 36 hours. Okay? So shout out to everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to come to you with a little bit of a live stream. Hopefully Angel will be around during the next, video. We definitely appreciate Angel Matos, everything he's done for the channel. If you guys haven't been with the station long, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and hit the like button. Angel has been involved in Bitcoin since $7.79. And as I close out the stream, I just want to wish him and all the VIPs and your families a very good rest of the evening. And let's watch this price action develop on Bitcoin. Let's see if the buyers can pick up at one of those specified levels I've told you about. This is